talking about sugar and the effect that it has on our health. The subtopics I'm going to be covering are what happens to our brains and our bodies when we consume sugar, why as humans we are so sensitive to sugar, the recommended consumption compared to the average consumption of sugar, and how to beware of sugar by being aware of what you eat. So first, I'd like you to think about your favorite food or your favorite beverage. Since sugar comes in many different forms and has many different names, such as all of the above and more, it's more than likely that your favorite food or beverage is going to have some form of sugar in it. Nicole Avena is a neuroscientist and an expert in the field of nutrition, and she explains that there's an actual chemical reaction that happens in our brains and our bodies that makes us love the foods and drinks that we like so much. And she explains that it begins with the first bite. So we have sweet receptors on our tongue that send a message to the sends the message to the brainstem, which then sends a message to the cerebral cortex, which is the part of the brain that's associated with taste. And once that happens, the reward system in our brain is activated, and the feel-good hormone dopamine is released. And this is the same feel-good hormone that's released when we are in a positive social setting, experience sexual pleasure, or partake in any drug. It is possible to consume a balanced amount of sugar where the brain will be able to distribute the dopamine evenly, but it's when we consume too much sugar that the reward center in our brain is overstimulated, and the negative side effects occur, such as cravings or increased tolerance to sugar and the inability to control how much you eat. So the same concept happens with our gut. We have similar receptors that will tell us when we are too full or when we need to make more insulin to break down the sugars that we've consumed. And different sugars act differently to the body. So for instance, glucose will break down really slowly and pass through the portal vein, which is located next to the liver. And the liver will then take whatever it needs from the glucose and then distribute the rest of it evenly. For a different sugar like fructose, it'll also break down really slowly, pass through the portal vein and stop at the liver, and then the liver will automatically turn the fructose into fat. So with more fat in our liver, that means there's more fat in our blood, and with more fat in our blood, it means we are more prone to cardiovascular problems, such as high blood pressure, congestive heart failure, diabetes, stroke, and as you can kind of see here, the fat buildup, any thing that will put more fat in your blood. So why is it that we are so sensitive to sugar? Daniel Lieberman, he is a paleoanthropologist, and he wrote a book on the evolution of human health and disease. And in his book, he explains that 15 million years ago, there was a starvation period, and during that starvation period, apes developed a mutation, and this mutation made them really sensitive to sugar. So whatever sugar they consumed was automatically turned to fat, which was important for their survival. But fast forward 15 million years, and with the technology that we have, we are able to create sugar in its purest form. And given that sugar tends to make everything taste better, the food industries will put it in all sorts of things and things that you would never expect, because we will continue to eat them because it tastes so good. So that leads me to the, where is sugar hiding? It hides in cereal, baked goods, salad dressings, carbonated drinks, condiments, vitamin water. It's in things that you think are healthy for you, like protein bars and granola. It's in most prepackaged foods, including kids' snacks and kids' foods. And there's a really sad statistic that states 1 in 2 kids ages 2 to 4 are overweight due to the sugar content in the prepackaged foods that we feed them. So that leads me to the recommended amount of sugar compared to the average American consumption. The American Heart Association recommends that we get up to 6 teaspoons a day. That's this much here. It's already kind of crazy to think about that this is 6 teaspoons and you consume that anyways. The average American consumption of sugar a day is 23 teaspoons. and that's this much here. But it's not unlikely that anywhere from 30 to 60 teaspoons of sugar a day can be consumed. So that's 150 to 170 pounds of sugar a year. So it is important to be aware of sugar by being aware of what you eat. And you can do this with 2 simple questions. The first one would be, did this food exist on Earth 10,000 years ago? The second one would be, did this food exist in the form I am about to eat 10,000 years ago? If you can say yes to both of those questions, then you are probably in the clear. So just to review, these are on my slides. Oh yes, sorry, these are your 2 questions. Beware of sugar by being aware. So that just leads me to my conclusion. The effect that sugar has on our brains can be extremely addicting. And our bodies literally cannot handle the amount of sugar that we consume without negative side effects. And it's important to be aware of sugar by being aware of what you eat. Thanks.